Hello everyone, my name is Pat. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you guys my November wrap-up. This is coming late because I initially wasn't planning on doing one because I did not read any physical books. The majority of the books or the things that I read for this month, similar to what happened last month, is composed of manhwas or online mangas. And so I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this, but here we are. And also, aside from manhwas, I also read some web novels, which I will be including. So web novels are novels that are published online, and sometimes they are also published physically after like a whole season or like a whole book is done being published online. And web novels are Korean, and so they are also translated from Korean to English. And so again, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this, but I decided I read them literally. So even if it's a very unique kind of genre, I still want to talk about it. So I'm gonna start with the web novels that I've read, go to the manhwas that I've read. So manhwas are like online mangas, right? And most manhwas are actually based on web novels, and a lot of the web novels that are published are made or written to be turned into manhwas, or kind of like that. Like there's already a plan to make it into manhwa, because a lot of manhwa authors are also manhwa artists. So, or some manhwa authors are also manhwa artists. So if, for example, one makes a web novel, they're also the ones making the manhwas. So again, most manhwas are from Korean to English. Some are in Chinese, but majority of it is in Korean. So let's get started, shall we? So these are the web novels that I've read. So the first one is Suddenly Became a Princess One Day, or Who Made Me a Princess. There's a lot of different titles for each of these manhwas, or like alternate titles that you can use them. The web novels as well. So the web novel Suddenly Became a Princess, I read the entire thing from start to finish. I also read the side stories, and this is already turned into a manhwa. The manhwa is not done yet, but the web novel is done, so I finished reading it. Next one is Under the Oak Tree. I've read up until 110 chapters. The chapters for web novels are very short, so some of them have like 300, 400 chapters, but they're very short. They're like, you can probably combine 10 chapters to make one regular chapter in a book. But yeah, the next one is Lucia. Lucia is also turned into a manhwa. Actually, all of these web novels that I've read already have manhwas. Lucia is currently ongoing. The season 2 just came out, so there's about 50 plus chapters already out for the manhwa, but the web novel is also finished, so I finished reading that one. The next one is I Met the Male Lead in Prison. I stopped at chapter 102. This one I'm kind of a little bit about. There's not a lot of things that are happening still. So far, the latest chapters that I read, or the chapters that I stopped at, are the latest chapters that have been translated. So yeah, the next one is Inso's Law, or Internet Web Novel's Law. I really like this one. I'm currently reading the manhwa as well, and I stopped at chapter 434. I believe all of these are finished in the Korean version, but it's not yet finished being translated to English. So those are the 5 web novels that I've read. I finished the 2 that are completely translated. So let's move on to the manhwas. I read a lot because they're very short. So the first one that I finished is Charlotte's Letter. This one just finished like a few weeks ago, so I finished reading it. The next one is Cat's Bride. I stopped at chapter 68. Detective of Muiella, I stopped at chapter 103. As You Wish Prince is completed, so I completed that as well. Lady Beast, stopped at chapter 75. Emperor and the Female Knight, I stopped at chapter 91. So again, the chapters that I stopped at are the latest ones that have come out as of this moment that I'm filming it. Then Inso's Law, I stopped at chapter 86. The Monster Duchess and the Contract Princess, I stopped at chapter 73. Iris with a Smartphone, chapter 94. I Chose the Emperor's Ending, chapter 66. Villain Savior, chapter 70. Living as a Tyrant's older sister, chapter 74. Oh Holly. This one I also finished. The author and the artist for Oh Holly and Inso are the same, so I actually really like the art as well. So Oh Holly is finished. It's very short, but I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to read. The next one that is finished that I read is By the Way Dragon Mistress. The next one is Night of the Falling Star. That's also finished. Next, Duchess with an Empty Soul. I stopped at chapter 57. Beware of the Brothers, chapter 45. Lucia, again, I stopped at chapter 57. This is an obvious fraudulent marriage, chapter 59. A Witch's Hopeless Wish, chapter 70. The Stereotypical Life of a Reincarnated Lady, chapter 39. Under the Oak Tree, chapter 11. The Emperor's Companion, chapter 55. Ebony, chapter 54. My Fair Footman, chapter 93. The Villainess's Pet, chapter 58. I Stole the Main Lead's First Night, chapter 17. Contract Concubine, chapter 57. A Stepmother's Margin, chapter 50. Bleh, if I can talk. Charlotte Has 5 Disciples, chapter 43. Beast with Flowers, chapter 40. Youngest Princess, chapter 43. Tyrants First Love, chapter 42. Priscilla's Marriage Request, chapter 40. Black-Haired Princess, chapter 39. Lady to the Queen, chapter 49. A Villain is a Good Match for a Tyrant, chapter 41. The Princess's Spaceship, chapter 46. Death is the Only Ending for the Villainess, chapter 44. 101st Heroine, chapter 46. And the Villainess Reverses the Hourglass, chapter 45. So again, because they're very short and very fast to read, I do read quite a bit of them. So these are all the ones that I'm read for the month of November. I'm currently still like reading the previous ones that I read for October, the ones that are still updating. So I'm like catching up to them, or like I'm reading them as they come out. So all of these I really enjoy. There are some that I definitely dropped. If I don't like it within like the 5-10 chapters I read and I drop it, I don't take it down and I don't read it anymore. So these are manhwas I do enjoy and I do really like and am following. So that is it for this month. I know it's very short because I don't want it to take too long and talk about each one because there's a lot. So again, these are the manhwas that I really enjoyed. If I started one and I didn't like it, I drop it. So it's not here. So yeah, that is it for this video. If you guys are reading manhwas, please let me know and tell me what your favorites are down below and which ones you're currently reading and which ones you think I should read that I haven't started reading yet. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you guys are also interested in reading manhwas. I know a lot of them have really weird, very detailed titles, but that's like part of the charm. So again, that's it. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you on my next one. Bye.